and then please continue. Is that true? Do you think that's true? Is that like going on, or you're probably, your circle's probably a lot tighter than what mine is? We talk about dogmens and Bigfoots and aliens and you name it, they're in.
So, so according to galactic policy, they have to get sanctions. They have to have proper rights to order to show up on Earth.
Okay.
And Earth, I have a popular YouTube series known as Space School Lessons, and I go diver into deeper knowledge about galactic politics. And so this goes into one of my episodes where I talk about where in order for a mothership or any type of UFO in order to show up in public, they have to get sanctioned to order to show up.
Okay.
And this is because they don't want to cause mass panic. From what I have learned from ET abductions and from other stuff, they're not allowed to show themselves for more than 4 hours in public view.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anything longer than that, it's considered a hostile threat, and that they will be taken out by the Galactic Federation if they stay in public view for that long.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. All right. So, a couple more questions, all right? What these mass UFO, UAP orb sightings that were happening several months ago that we now just don't talk about anymore. I actually witnessed some of these, not in New Jersey, but some of the people on my channel, Sasquatch Steve is from New Jersey, and they were putting out, like, I don't know, or you're East Coast, right? Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if you're close to that area, but they were putting out their mayor came out and put something out about it as well. I saw them as far as Maryland and Virginia. I'm about 45 minutes, about 30 minutes east or west, I'm sorry, of Washington, D.C. in Northern Virginia. Saw them here. I literally came in. Sunday night was walking in, and I just stopped and I looked up. I don't know why I did it. I looked up, and there was this, and it was well above 30,000 feet. It must have been massive, but it was a red dot and a white dot, and it was just sitting perfectly still. Now, I was in the military. I know what helicopters look like. I know what plane looks like. I know what, the aviation lights for on the wings. This wasn't it, right? And it was just sitting there. And a lot of people have become numb with it, right? A lot of people are like, yeah, okay. And they cleverly changed the names from UFOs to UAPs to drone, right? What do you make of that before we continue on with the politics of the consortium?
So, from my research and understanding, what we were witnessing over the skies was a function or a separate dynamic that is part of the program that is connected to the SSP programs.
Okay.
And I do believe that we were witnessing what is known as Project Bluebeam, which was their initial attempt of doing that.
Gotcha. So basically a test run for the fake alien invasion, right? I mean, that's what Project Bluebeam is designed for. Enigmites, we've done a Project Bluebeam EnigmaCast. You know how we do. Jump in the archives and find it if you want to get schooled up on like Project Bluebeam. Okay, cool. Great. See, so you're smart, man. Like, look, I just got like real. I'm almost dangerous smart. I don't know it all, but I know enough to be a little snarky with my comments, right? So, all right. Thanks, Audrey.
So I recently discovered that I was part of the SSP programs about 2.5 years ago. So I'm roughly new, so I don't know the entire different SSP programs that are connected to that. But from my research and understanding ETs, they would have never been allowed to actually do something like that.
Okay.
So that is how I sort of know that is more of human affairs. And from doing some research within my own community, a lot of them do believe that this was deliberately done by a fraction within the SSP.
Okay, gotcha. Wow. Do you think that'll work? Do you think, I mean, a lot of people talk about Bluebeam and it's getting out there, but do you think that at this point that they would be able to pull that off with, I mean, a lot of people talk about that now. Well, I guess, I mean, I hang out with the nerds, but like a lot of people talk about that, and I, tell my relatives about it all the time. But do you think that would actually pull off?
Yes.
Really?
The government has the ability to do something like that. It does not surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to fearmonger. I'm
Yeah.
not going to because I don't know whether or not what I say might get this video taken down off of YouTube or not.
Nothing you say will get it taken down.
So from what I know and a lot, this we're dealing with a much larger complex issue that the general public needs to understand. The world elite stuff, the conspiracy stuff, they're real.
Right.
I just want to let people know that they're real. But it's so heavily organized. People would believe that I am crazy or try to slander me. So I try to keep it much logical as I can without going off the deep end about it. But essentially, we're dealing with a lot of nefarious people that don't believe that the general public is smart enough to actually understand about what is actually going on. They believe that the human race is so fundamentally stupid that they believe that we're just livestock to them.
So just to let you know, Audrey, you're safe here. Like I'll argue with people about lizards. Like Adele's a lizard, Charles is a lizard. I mean, I literally, if you go to my Instagram channel, I'll blow people up on that. And also too, exactly what you said is exactly true. I used to be a Freemason way back in the day, and I actually got out, and I've been to those things, and I was coming up within the ranks, and I've heard them refer to people as breeders and feeders, right? That's all they're good for is work. And, you know, all they do is consume and breed, right? They call them breeders and feeders. Well, they were in the area that I was in. And then I got out. And then I went through, you know, I recently, about 2 years ago, I read this book called Unbound to break the spiritual oaths that I had taken unknowingly. But again, I had joined the Freemasons at a young age for power, right? I wasn't aware of what I was getting into, right? I did know that it was, they don't.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.